can we all agree that this side-by-side thing has gotten just a bit out of fucking hand? I remember back in the day when the side-by-side thing got started and it was John Deere Gators and Kawasaki Mules. They were boring as shit utility vehicles that topped out at like 25 miles an hour and were just meant to run around the farm doing chores. And back then, the cool ATVs went between your legs. You went out riding and you were out in nature. They were small, you could get them just about anywhere in nature. When you got stuck, you could usually get up and like push them while you work the throttle and get them out, or pick them up and move them over a little bit onto higher ground. And yeah, you probably would need a chiropractor afterwards, but hey, you could do it. Hell, half them old four-wheelers would float, usually upside down, but I mean, they would do it if you got a little too carried away. Then they started making side-by-sides more recreational. Beds got smaller, motors got bigger, suspension got more travel, and they got kind of cool for like a minute. And they were kind of cool because they were different. It was something you didn't see very often, and it was new and exciting. But like that catchy song on the radio that they play 7 times a day on your drive home from work for a month straight, it got really old really fucking fast. And then side-by-side people started using their side-by-sides as like their ticket to try to be included with every group ever. Cars and Coffee or the Rural Bar car shows, 14 fucking side-by-side show up. You go to mud runs and every 10 minutes you're having to winch a side-by-side out of the way so real trucks can go out there and play. Then you usually have half a dozen trying to tag along for poker runs and motorcycle rallies and snowmobile rides. Then suddenly they add windshields and windshield wipers and doors and heat and air conditioning and power windows. And they just started using them like regular fucking cars. Go sit in any rural downtown Main Street and every third vehicle at the four-way is a fucking side-by-side. At every campground, people use them as large obnoxious golf carts. Yet despite all that, when people take them to the four-wheeler trails, they still say they're going riding. Bitch, you've got a steering wheel, a gas pedal, and a bucket seat. You are going driving. I'm just poking fun. I am all for people enjoying whatever toys they want to enjoy. Except for the people who put all the goddamn strobe lights on their ice castles, trying to turn Red Lake into Night at the Roxbury. Fucking stop it. It's not cool, and no one thinks it's cool. Aside from those assholes, enjoy whatever toys you want to enjoy. But again, can we still admit that they've gotten a bit out of hand? Because Polaris just dropped their new top-of-the-line side-by-side for 2023. Polaris Ranger Superior Ultimate Premium Crew Cab 1000 Windows XP North Star South Pole Edition or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, the thing weighs 2,300 pounds and costs like 40 fucking grand. At this point, it's just an overpriced, less off-road capable Chevy Equinox that has a worse warranty, gets worse mileage, and you can't drive it on the fucking highway. And then states like Minnesota have a 2,000 pound weight limit on their trails, so you can't even use it on the four-wheeler trails. So it's basically a $40,000 golf cart that weighs as much as a Buick. Good thing too, because if they up the trail weight limit anymore, they're gonna have to start fucking paving them and giving them street names. But hey, I just don't get it, and that's just my unpopular opinion, so go back to enjoying your Ford Freestyles masquerading as a four-wheeler.